Action is better than words. Ladies and gentlemen, to our board of adjudicators, worthy opponents, good evening. In the past few years, we encountered different terms of leading leaders and witnessed what they have done in our nations. As we summarize our motions and positions to tonight's debate, we quote some of the important matters mentioned by Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Minister that we need to look at for our future leaders. First, hope of nation. We, the Filipino citizens, aiming for the big change of our nations and rooting for the better future to our next generations. If we continue to give opportunity to those politicians who did not fulfill their promises, how could we feel changes in the society for our future? Second, general welfare. Why we need to ban this kind of politicians? Because they are not effective to deliver general welfare to the general public, which the government concerned about health, peace, and safety of all citizens, and they are failed to deliver the basic necessity to the community. Third, personal interest. This kind of politicians use the rule of government to build their own interests. We are not saying all politicians, but we are not blind, we are not deaf, and we know what our country is going through because of those politicians. They are molding their own power for their own benefit rather than interest of the Filipino people. That this kind of politicians will continue to penetrate in our political system. We could like to ask our worthy opponent, are you blind to see the reality of suffering of our fellow Filipino citizens? If the answer of our worthy opponent is yes, then, honorable adjudicators, they are like scribes or Pharisees, which is so hypocrite. If their answer is no, then we conclude that our worthy opponent is blind with the reality and they are painless with the suffering of fellow Filipino, especially to the marginalized and underprivileged people in our country. On the other hand, sweet words and promises, we always heard that during electoral campaign. Politicians are manipulating us to get our secret and powerful vote. Ladies and gentlemen, worthy opponents and adjudicators, are we letting those politicians continue to manipulate us generations to generations? Remember, as once stated to my Prime Minister, the government you elect is the government you deserve. We deserve better than this. We deserve changes in our political systems, and we deserve to feel the fulfillment of those promises. This idea of proposals from the very beginning we would like to inculcate and to plant to the mind of our heart or the worthy opponent. Ladies and gentlemen, in banning them, we can open the opportunity to those people who are more competent and qualified so that our votes could not be waste or worthless. If we want to change, then we need to make policies to ban re-elections to these politicians through people's initiative. Again, to people's initiative. Because this is the key to transform our political system to the brighter one. We would like to reiterate the policies mentioned by my Deputy Prime Minister towards to make our beloved country a better place to live in, and our deep analysis to our policies. First, the campaign pledges registry. This is the tools or a public record for all the promises and commitments made by the political candidates. Also, this is allow voters to create decisions based on the policies that no politicians or officials seeking re-elections shall be allowed to hold or run any elective in our country in the same elections once they violated this policy. Second, the performance-based valuations. This is the method to assess the effectiveness and accomplishments of the politicians. This gives the objectives assessments to their performance based on the measurable outcomes. By setting clear performance targets and regularly assessing progress through this, any citizens of voting age, candidate or duly registered political party organizations or coalitions of political parties may file with the COMELEC a verified petition to the ban re-elections for political candidate on the grounds provided in this policy. Third, the Constituency of Consultations. It is regular consultations of the individual community in order to receive feedback to the political candidates. In fulfilling of their promises, in the event a politician disqualified under the policy shall have been proclaimed and has assumed office, shall be ground for a ban re-elections. Thus, we reiterate under the proposed measures of an officials who did not fulfill their promise should not be allowed to hold power or run any elected positions in the government. This is the way of exercising the right of the people as a sovereign power of the state. It is hereby declared a policy in the government side to guarantee equal access and opportunity to the public office and service to the public. Towards dissent, we, the government side, adopts the policy of banning re-elections of politicians who did not fulfill their promises to the Filipino people as hereinafter defined to give force and effect to these policies and to prevent the concentration of political power to the liar politicians. Indeed, by banning re-elections of politicians who failed to fulfill their promises, we send a strong message to those Filipino people. We will not tolerate this kind of politicians that they are not true their promises and must be held accountable for their actions. Therefore, we believe, ladies and gentlemen, that our proposal is the key to rebuild our political infrastructures into the right path. We, the government side, firmly stand to ban re-elections for those politicians who did not fulfill their promises. We also did not allow these politicians to continue penetrate our political system in our country because we just like a puppy soaking in the wandering in their drain. We are proud to proclaim to bring home the bacon and we are proud to propose your government side. Once again, good evening.